Hey, what's up guys? This is Meathead Mikkel from meatheadgaming.com, and today we're going to go through an Act 1 Cathedral level 4 T6 XP run. And first thing you want to do is you want to select any quest after Reign of the Black King. So I just did Broken Blade quest, and you can teleport to Royal Crypts and then go back to Cathedral 4. So we're going to see how much XP we can get per hour at T6 in a full group, especially with this new 50% buff. So we are starting out at 278 mil, and I'm going to get a little stopwatch going, and we're going to get started here in a second and see what our XP per hour is. Our goal is to break 1 billion per hour because, well, I'll show you guys why. So let's go ahead and get started. Got my timer going, and let's see what we get. So basically we're just going to clear the entire Cathedral 4. You guys have probably heard of this run, seen this run, but we're just trying to get a certain amount of XP per hour, especially with this new 30% buff, and or 50% buff, excuse me, and I am using a Ruby and a Hellfire ring. I don't have any reworks or anything like that, so this is something that's accessible to everybody. And with a full group of people, the multiplicative 30% and the multiplicative 50%, and both of those, the Ruby Gem and the Hellfire ring, I'm sitting at 3,078% bonus XP. And as you can see, we're clearing this pretty easily. Now we have been farming Act 3, Keep Depths 2, and Arrakis Crossing as well. And it's very good XP, but unfortunately we're not geared well enough yet to be able to do it efficiently. So at this point, until we find a few more items, this is going to be the best bet, because we're going to have very minimal, if any, deaths in Act 1. Just the mobs in general here aren't very dangerous. They're slow, and the ones that are fast, like bats, they don't do a whole lot of damage. They're just, they're not going to pose too much of a threat. So you don't really have to worry about much. Just really, this is kind of like basic gameplay. And as far as my skill selection goes, well, there's my death. First one for me. My toughness is a little on the low side. Since I switched gear, it's been a little on the low side. But I should probably stay close, and then I won't get popped by the mortars. Because I can actually face tank this guy a lot better. I can handle the mortars. So yes, my toughness is 322. You really want about a mil to be safe. On Torment 6, you have to be able to take a couple hits. See how fast we kill him. Class composition doesn't matter that much. You preferably would have a Pole Monk or a Whirlwind Hurricane Barbarian to kind of gather them off, so you can focus your AoE. And so, as far as my skills go, this is my build. If you want to take a look at it real quick, I have another video where I solo Act 3, Torment 6, Keep Depths 2, and Arrakis Crossing with this build. And you guys should go ahead and watch that video if you want to know more about why I'm playing with this build, and what my thought process is behind choosing certain skills and certain runes. For the most part, though, you just need a ton of crowd control at Torment 6, because the damage output of monsters is pretty high. And it's, you know, since we don't have the Mystic yet, since RLS isn't out yet, it becomes much more of a balancing game, trying to kind of get the right amount of toughness while still having good DPS output. It's hard to do that. And so you kind of end up trying to get yourself like on that edge where you can survive a couple hits with some twitchy gameplay while putting out, you know, the absolute maximum amount of damage that you can. And in my case, I can't take very many hits at all, especially from Thunderstorm. As I've mentioned several times before, that's currently the most dangerous affix in the game, at least from my experience. It's almost impossible to avoid. I would say it's probably impossible to avoid the first couple pulses or so. And if you don't have the outright toughness to handle it, you will die. And then depending on your reaction time, you can avoid the other ones. Now, another affix that you want to watch out for is the Frozen Pulse. If you are playing, you know, somewhere like Heat Depths 2, where there's just so much chaos and there's special effects everywhere, you can't really see that frozen ball heading towards you, and before you know it, it's pulsing in front of your face, and then you're dead. Now, the build that I'm running isn't, you know, perfect or the best or anything like that. I just happen to like it a lot. This other wizard is running the Arc Lightning build. That's also very popular. And we just have different, you know, different forms of crowd control. But the build that I'm running doesn't require any 2.0 legendaries, so you know, this is, again, this is accessible to everyone. If you look at my gear, none of it is special. You can, while the auction house is still open, you can still get this gear. And I switched, if you guys watched my earlier videos, I used to have a crit mempo and a pretty high-end triumvirate. I'm not using those now because I'm using AP on crit here and AP on crit here for additional frozen orb spam. Which, you know, in terms of overall damage, I did some testing kind of on my own to see if lower damage output with AP on crit is better than higher damage output without it. And the answer that I came to was sometimes. It kind of depends on the situation. Because if you're doing a lot more damage without AP on crit, and you know, you're taking out a pack just as you run out of AP, and then you run to the next pack, and by the time you hit the next pack, you're back up to full, then no, AP on crit doesn't actually benefit you in any way. So there's another lead, there's Thunderstorm. You can see the pulses and the ridiculous damage that it causes. And you want to get out of it as soon as possible. And there's someone getting popped right there. You have to be very, very careful around Thunderstorm. Just always be on the lookout. I don't even, when I see Thunderstorm affix, I try to do a couple things. One, I try to just move around a lot. I try to basically preemptively stutter step so that I take the least amount of pulses from it. And I actually don't even really pay attention that much to the mob that I'm fighting. I kind of look at it in my peripheral vision. I mostly try to focus on, yeah, there's no one else going to get out of that. I mostly try to focus on where the thunderstorm is going to land. And so we all just got popped. So it happens. No one's immune. Oh, come on. This is getting really ridiculous. This should not be happening like this. It shouldn't be happening like this. This is a little nuts. But that's Torment 6 for you guys. I mean, we were geared enough to handle it, but not flawlessly. And overall, I'd say this is a decent run. You know, I want to cherry pick and give you a perfect run. Claim that it's so easy and that you'll never die and you won't have any problems. None of that's true. You know, that's where RNG comes in. You know, you may have a lot of problems, or you may have a run that just nothing bad happens at all. So in this case, so it's kind of like a movement run. And there you go, that's cleared. So we're at the 10.5 minute mark. And let's see where we are with XP. And we're at 505 XP. So let's see, 505 minus 278 gives us 227 mil over 10.5 minutes. That gives us 21.6 mil per minute, and that gives us approximately 1.3 billion. That's 1.3 bill XP per hour. There you go, guys. And that's an okay Cath 4 run. You know, that's of course with a full group with 30% multiplicative and the 50% community event buff, and the Ruby Gem and the Hellfire Ring. And it's a pretty fast run, so this is probably what a lot of people are going to be farming between now and the release of ROS, unless you know, they get geared out enough, or we get geared out enough to handle keep deaths 2 kind of at the same rate. So thanks again for watching, guys. This is Mikhail from meatheadgaming.com, and this has been a 1.3 bill per hour XP run. No gimmicks, no nothing. Thanks, I'll see you guys soon.